Hey everyone, and welcome to my craft room. Thanks for joining me on short notice. I didn't give much notice to this. I'm actually about 8 minutes early, but quiet lull in the Richards house, so I thought I'd jump in while I could. Anyway, thanks again. Today I'm going to be featuring the Snowflake Showcase, which is got everybody, all demonstrators, excited at the moment. It's available to customers at the moment and through to the 30th of November. There are 2 stamp sets with this one. Snow is Glistening, which is a Christmas themed stamp with lots of snowflakes and Christmas trees and some pretty sentiments. And then this one, Happiness Surrounds, which I really adore. And I think I'll be using all year round. I really love this one. But I've steered away from that one today. I've challenged myself to do something that doesn't involve that stamp, so hang around and see. Also, the set comes with a set of dies, and that's called the Snowfall Thinlet set, and it basically has lots of goodies in there. It's got some lovely snowflakes. It's also got some flowers that go very well with the Happiness Surrounds that match those. It's actually really great because it actually is the one die set that complements both stamp sets. So, you know, rather than having to buy bundles for each of those, you can just get the one die, and that goes die set, and that goes with both. So we've got some sprigs and some little flowers and some leaves and things as well. So we'll have a bit of a look at that. I've got some videos about that on my website already if you'd like to pop on and have a look at some previous ones. So I'm putting that away. I'm not actually featuring that today, although I have used it on an example, so we're not going to be actually using that one, using the die machine today. Anyway, so what I thought I might do today is, I had a little bit of a play with this yesterday, came out with it during my Saturday. It's actually a gift card envelope, but it's not really an envelope, it's a gift card. You can see the gift card slips in there quite snugly, and you've got a lovely panel here for for a sentiment, and some decoration on the front. So I don't know about you guys, but when you give hi Wendy, thanks for joining me. I'm a little bit early, but it's got a quiet lull here at the moment. It doesn't happen very often at my house. So anyway, this gift card, I don't know about you guys, but you get gift card envelopes. They tend to be something you give the card, and then basically it goes away in a drawer. I like to be able to display what I get for my special occasions. So this is a card. You can actually put it, hi Chrissy, thanks for joining me. You can actually put it on your you know, with the rest of your cards, to take pride of place as on display. So anyway, that's something I always taught my kids. If they get cards, I like them to see them on display for a little while after their birthdays, just to show they're appreciated. So anyway, this one I made yesterday. It is the card base is Tranquil Tide. Obviously it's Whisper White with some gold behind there. I don't know if you can see that, some gold behind. The stamp is Sahara Sand. Yeah, I thought it was a good idea too, Wendy. So when I saw it, actually I found the basic design on Pinterest, as I find most of my things. Anyway, so Tranquil Tide, a bit of gold behind, Whisper White. The stamp is in Sahara Sand, and it uses the various stamps out of this stamp set, which I'll show you in a second. And I've got the glorious snowflake on the top, basically in Whisper White, Sahara Sand behind it, and then a gold one on the front. So there's a 3-layer there. The paper behind it is from the Joyous Noel set. That's the B side, I suppose. You could recognise it. That's the actual front, if you guys recognise that. That's a beautiful one. I might make one with that later, since I've got a nice already cut piece. Anyway, so that's the other side, which is up behind I thought the snowflake theme carried through quite nicely. So that's the one I made yesterday. As I said, that's what I'm going to try and do today. I know vaguely what I'm going to do, and I've actually cut the paper to save time, but how this eventually ends up is anyone's guess. So first of all, I thought, well, it's fate that this tree fits pretty much perfectly on the front of that panel. So I thought, well, the next one I do has to be with that tree. So that's what I thought I'd do. Nice feature of the stamp set. So, well, the basic design for these cards is you have an 11.5, I'll just move that up and I'll sit down now. You have an 11.5 long piece of cardstock. You cut it to 4 1/8 wide or high. You score it halfway and then 1/4. So I think that if that's 11.5, that must be 5 3/4, and that's 2 7/8. And that folds, as you can see, to form your basic design. Oh, just watching my kids come and go. We've got extras in today. That's why I said there was a bit of a lull happening. Now, if you fold that, I thought, well, that makes it a bit tricky to get your card because your gift card's going to sort of fit up under here. So what I've actually done is actually then, so that's your basic hold. And here come some noisy people, forgive the noise in the background. What I did then was basically just cut from this scored end here, just cut 1/2 inch off it so that you've got a bit of an overlap to play with. So just forgive me if you can't see that. That's exactly what I'm just cutting, 1/2 inch off the end of that one. So you've got now a little bit of room there to play, and I thought to make it even easier to get your card in and out, I've got our tailored tags punch here. Just put that, I don't know, I use this tag punch for so many things. It's the best purchase ever. And just pop that there as central as you possibly can and take a little bit of a tag out of there. So now you can see, if I get the gift card that was in my original there, you can actually see you can actually well and truly grab that and bring it in and out. It fits quite snugly in there, so it's not going to come out in a hurry. Cool, so that's basically the cardstock cut there. So now we can do the fun bit and decorate it. So we'll just pop that aside. Okay, so for this one, I've got all my card cut over here underneath a pile of junk. Oh, excuse the wiggles. So basically what I've got is she says, having it all jumbled up, not knowing what she's got. Okay, I thought, well, it's Christmas, we need some bling, so I've got some silver foil. So the silver foil is basically cut to be 1/8 of an inch smaller than the full length of your card. So that's so if that's 5 3/4, then that is 5 5/8, and then that's 4 1/8 wide. So the foil is 4 inches wide. This one's also 4 inches wide, but it's actually cut to 1/8 of an inch smaller again, which it must make it 2 3/4. But I'll pop the measurements on my blog anyway if you want to come back to it later for reference. And then I've got some white, and that's cut to the 1/8 of an inch smaller again. So you can see it just fits into there nicely. So on the white is where I'm going to be doing my stamping. So I'll put everything else aside and just keep the white. Because these are polymer stamps, I will actually stamp on, if I can find it, I will actually, although I'm not using my Stamparatus, I will actually stamp on my Stamparatus because with the foam there, helps the photopolymer stamps cover better. I'll just turn over my dirty paper. This grid paper is amazing. You guys need to buy it if you haven't already. In fact, I have a special offer at the moment. If you buy the Stamparatus from me online before the end of this year, before December 31, I will send you, as a thank you gift from me to you, a packet of that grid paper absolutely free. So buy online for me. The Stamparatus itself is $85. The grid paper is $10.25. I'll send you that as long as you give me your address. I will send you that as a thank you present. Okay, so we've got our big piece of paper here. So what I thought I might do on this one is using my favourite colour, which seems to be my go-to colour, soft sea foam. Oh, good morning, Margaret. Thanks for joining me. If I've missed anyone, Hannah, hi. So I've got the, this is from the Snow is Glistening set. It's a beautiful sort of curtain of snowflakes there. Often I would stamp this off, but I think soft sea foam is just so beautifully soft that you don't really need to. So I'm just going to position this, and you might see the top of my head, but that's alright. I've had my roots done, so there's no grey there. I'm just going to do a curtain coming from the top and move along, and another one, and just off the edge there you can see what's great to have the paper there. I don't have to worry about getting ink on my stamp apparatus. I'll turn it over, and I'm going to do the same thing along the bottom. I suppose it's not physically possible to have snow coming up, but you know, what the hey, a bit of artistic license there. And one more at the top there. So anyway, that's cool. So as you can see, that's quite pretty. We've got snow at the top and snow at the bottom. I may have to trim that a little bit there. So that's nice. Then what I thought I might do, the set has this tiny little delicate snowflake there. Just forgive me while I wipe off my stamp. It has this tiny little snowflake here, and I thought what I would do is just randomly, and as much as my desire for symmetry will let me do anything random. My husband always laughs at me when I say I'm doing things random, because he knows very well for me there's no such thing. And it's worked out that way again. It's a random pattern. Just in there, in that central little bit there. And then, sort of just stamping off, we just do some faint ones in the background, just to fill it in a little bit. Oh. There. So hopefully you can see that it's taken some of the sparseness out of that white panel in the middle. So I'm going to actually do the same, just quickly, just bear with me. I'm going to do the same on this little panel here, which is for the front of our card, our gift card. Just bear with me. So we've got the same thing there, and slightly off the edge there. Turn it over. Oh, I must have ink on my fingers. And there. Oh. And there. Cool. And again, with the little one, I'm going to make sure I go over that spot there and that spot there. Always a way to overdo things, isn't there? Fix problems when you're a stamper. Wish life was that like that. And then just some stamped off ones in the background. Cool. Okay, so that's our two panels. That's the two background panels for our gift card. That's about as far as I got in my head. So from now on we're winging it, guys. So you'll have to tell me if you think I'm taking a wrong turn somewhere. So we'll pop that one aside for a little while. We'll just keep this one, which is where I'm going to be stamping our big tree. Okay, so our big tree, I'm going to go for Granny Apple Green. Here we go, Granny Apple Green. I'll just get our big Christmas tree here, stamp it up. That's stamped up enough, Julianne. I might actually turn that so I've got the space at the bottom. Granny Apple Green straight over, and as I say, the good thing with this stamp is it fits that 4-inch high panel pretty much perfectly. Get that as central and as straight as I can. There we go. Isn't that nice? That's lovely. I'll just wipe that off. So that's Granny Apple Green over the top of soft sea foam. And what I'm just going to finish that off nicely. I think that would probably be perfect the way it is, but I might actually use the idea that our Donna Gray gave us yesterday in her video. I've got some shaded spruce, so it's all the greens today. Some shaded spruce, and I'm just going to use a dauber to daub the shaded spruce, and I probably don't need my Stamparatus anymore, on the centres of the beautiful large snowflakes on here. Just slightly off centre, that one. Okay, so it's as random as Julianne gets. And then again, we'll just align that. So I could be using my Stamparatus the way it was intended, but I'll just line this up as best I can. I don't think it matters too much if I'm slightly out. And I'll go there. Okay, oh, that was very out. Anyway, you get the idea. But basically we have the Granny Apple Green with the shaded spruce highlighting it. And that actually looks like it's going to give me double vision because I can see two versions of everything. But you get the idea. I won't bother doing that again. I mean doing it again, you know what I mean. Go over it again. How did I get that so wrong? Anyway. Right, so we've got our stamped panels. I'm just going to bring back in our silver and our base, and I'm going to start putting it together. So get rid of this. I'll pop this white panel onto here if I can find my Tombow. This Tombow's going to, it's threatening to run out, so we'll see how we go. I might have to get a new one out. I'll pop that onto the silver. Like that. It's funny, I had kids arriving, or kids, they're men now, they're all in their 20s. My eldest son's friends just turned up for a visit, which is why I thought I'd get a chance to do a bit of a video while they were here. And I looked at them and they're all, you know, 6 foot plus in the old money tall. And it's actually the same group of friends that my son had when he was in primary school. So I've been opening the door for them for probably, what, 15 years. And they're a darn sight taller than they were when I opened the door to them 15 years ago. But it's so nice to think that they've been friends that long and still land on each other's doorsteps. They're actually thinking of going into business with each other, which is really nice. They've actually got an idea. They've all, gone in different directions with their degrees and their interests, but they've found something they can do together, which I think is really nice. So yeah, so they're up there talking about how they're going to make their first million and eating chips, I think, from the smell of it. Anyway, so that's the silver on the back there, and I've got my soft sea foam card base, and I'll pop that on there. So if you hear any loud voices, that's a group of 24-year-old men in my rumpus room being quite raucous. Anyway, so that's there. I've put it on the right side, haven't I? Yes. So that's that first panel there. So what I anticipate is that, I suppose when you're giving this, I'm going to put a little sentiment here. You'd probably write to such and such. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it, Wendy? It's sort of, you worry about them getting in with the wrong crowd, and to think that they have they've stuck to each other. It's a good lesson in loyalty and everything. I can't even remember most of my friends from primary school. Okay, so we've got our tree here. I'm going to pop that one on the front there. Okay. Cool. So lining up the foil from the back to the front so it looks like it's one continuous strip. Oh, and then here, now to stick down your envelope, you could use glue, but I'm a little bit scared that the glue would run, and as I said, it is quite a tight squeeze, so you really wouldn't want to take it in any further. So what I actually use is tear and tape, or double-sided tape, which I can find here, and just pop it on as close to the edge. This is 6mm tearing tape. Just pop it on as close to the edge as you possibly can, and give her a snip. The same at the other side. There. And just put that over. So you could put some stamps or some decoration on that, but I think probably the view of your gift card sticking out there is probably all the excitement you need there. Cool, so that's that. As I say, probably put a sentiment here. I have this cute little For You, which is from the Snow is Glistening set as well. One thing I find a little bit disappointing, there's no like just plain Merry Christmas in there. There's a Merry Christmas and Peace on Earth to the World. It's quite flowery. I just like a nice plain Merry Christmas. So, oh, well done, Margaret. They must have, you guys must be, that must be a world record sometimes to have that, friends from primary school at our age. Anyway, so For You. So what I thought I might do is just put that For You just down in this corner somewhere, just to not take or detract from the snowflakes. So I'll go the darker green, where is it? The Shaded Spruce, and pop that in there, just down in there. Cool. Okay, well, that looks nice. Anyway, so what do you guys think about that one? I think that's quite nice. It's a good use of our new sets. And as I say, that's something that the person can cherish long after their gift card is spent. Okay, so that's the first one I did. So we've got two there. So two Christmas ones. So which one do we prefer? I think I still like that one actually, but I do like that tree. I'm going to use that tree a lot. You could actually do that tree. You could actually do that tree in really lovely bright colours. Oh, where's my thing? Like a previous video that I did that tree in lots of pretty colours and then embossed it in silver, so in clear embossing powder, which really made it stick out, you know, stand out. So that was nice too. So that's another opportunity to do that. Yeah, I like the green on green as well. It's I always say blue is my favourite colour, but I always reach for the green, surprisingly. Yeah, you could emboss it silver, keep it sort of, or maybe do a dark background as well. Yeah, lovely. Anyway, so that's two. The third one I thought, the second one for the video that I thought I would do is from the Happiness Surround. So, you know, we give gift cards at Christmas, but we give them all year round as well. So I thought I'd try one with this set. So just let me get rid of the stamps off here. So I thought, as soon as I thought of this set, I couldn't help myself. I went to reach for this stamp here, and I thought, no, Julianne, you've got to vary it, shake it up a little bit. Shake it up a little bit and try something different. So I thought, well, I will use this little flower here. And go for something a little bit contrasty fun. So I'm using this little flower here, which is, it's quite sweet. It's actually got sort of little ridges in it, so it gives sort of like a not 100% coverage sort of look. So I'll use that. I don't want a big block. Where's my little block? Oh, use a not more appropriately sized block. So this one, I thought I'd go a little bit out, for me anyway, a little bit out on left field. I'm using Melon Mambo, Coastal Cabana and Gorgeous Grape, which I didn't naturally think to put together until I looked at the wonderful colour revamp guide that we've got on our website. So if you guys, anyone who hasn't seen that would like to see it, I can send you a copy of it. Basically gives you three, you choose a base colour. So say I'd chosen, I wanted to do something with Gorgeous Grape, then it will tell me to put it together with 2 other colours. So that's how I got that combination happening. I'm not claiming to be anything great with colours. In fact, I know I'm not. Anyway, so same deal. I have the Gorgeous Grape this time. Scored 11.5 long, scored halfway and then 1/4 of the way. In this case, I've already taken the 1/2 inch off the end and done the little indent there, so it's basically completely cut, that one. Then what I thought I would do, and now as I say, I'm really flying now because this one I'm making it up as I go along, sort of. And I'm missing a piece of paper. I'm going to have to cut another piece of paper. I wonder where that got to. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to cut, and I'm going to have to cut it now. So just bear with me for a minute. Anyway, so what I've got here, I'm going to contrast this with the Coastal Cabana as the layer. So that one will go in there, and then we've got our white panel for stamping there. So I quite like that colour combo. They're quite contrasty. And then I've got, should have a white panel. Is this it? Oh yeah, close enough. A white panel and another panel of Coastal Cabana. As I say, I'll put the measurements in my blog so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So what I thought we would do, is I'll keep my 2 panels of white, is just using our nice big flower, just do some randomness. So I'll start with Coastal Cabana, which is waiting for it to come off of my hands. Anyway, so I want this front panel and the back panel to look like they are the one continuous stream. So what I'll do is when I'm stamping, I'll position the smaller panel on top of the larger panel. I may actually put a tiny bit, because I don't want to rip it, a tiny bit of snail adhesive, if it'll come out for me. Come on. There, just to make sure it doesn't move around while I'm stamping. You'll see what I'm getting at in a minute. So here we go. We're starting with our Coastal Cabana. It's not a huge surface. Oh, so much for not moving. It's not a huge surface, so I'm not going to get a lot of each colour on there. But let's have a look. So we'll go off the edge. Oh, okay. And then down here, I do have it on my hands, don't I? I must. And here. Oh, that's just not going right at all. Okay, rewind guys. I'm going to turn over, because if that's gone like that already, I'm not going to like it when it's finished, and I'm going to have to do another panel. Bear with me for a minute. I'm going to cut myself another piece of Whisper White. Yes, I can find one here somewhere from this morning's experiments. So as I said, that inner side one will be, she says, reminding yourself more than anything. Yep, that's 3 7/8 by 2, and it's 7/8, 2 5/8. There we go. Oh, new. Okay, let's try again. So we'll pop that over there. Okay, rewind. That's one for the edit. And I might get my Stamparatus out again and use the foam, because I think that's why I'm not getting the coverage with the stamps, because of the lack of the foam. So just bear with me. Put that on there. Let's see if that's any better. Yeah, that's it. There you go. Hint for later. Always use the foam with your photopolymer stamps. That one. Now you're always going to get a bit of overlap there, so that's not a problem. I'm not too worried about that. Just where the edge of the paper is. So much for my randomness again. Might have to have lessons in random. Sorry, Wendy, I just saw your comment. Yes, you're exactly right. That's exactly what I did need. You're one step ahead of me. Now I'm doing my gorgeous grape. I don't know how I feel about if these overlap. I'm hoping that it doesn't freak me out too much, but I don't think it will. Yep, that's fine. A little bit over the edge there. Oop, just moved. Loop. I might leave that because I've still got one colour to go. Cool. I have overdone my Coastal Cabana there, guys. Still got the Melon Mambo to go. Oh well. We'll go Melon Mambo there. So we'll do him there, her, it. Yep, that's worked well. I'm going to squeeze one in there. We'll see whether whether the colour overlaps. That's not too bad. Do one there. Yeah, a bit neglected over here, over this side. Oh, come on, you. Nice. I think that's really good. What do you guys think? I think that's quite good. You can pick what other colours you could go. Something with a nice, maybe a mango melody, pineapple punch, blueberry, Highland heather. Oh, lovely lipstick. Oh, I can never stop. I might be doing this all day. Hey, Angie. Thanks for joining me. I'm sort of on my second one now, but you can always have a look at the replay. Okay, so we've got that done, and I hadn't really thought ahead, but I've got this. What do you think, guys? I'm going to have an empty panel behind the back. Maybe this is where we leave it blank for our sentiment. Anyway, let's plough on. Don't too many plans. Okay, so I've got our other panels here, so I'm going to mount this one on here, and I'm going to mount this one on here. Actually, I just had a thought. Well, actually, why don't I make it an actual panel card? So I've got two panels on here, so that it looks like panels, and then it wouldn't matter that I've got any half stamps, because it wouldn't. Okay, bear with me. I'm thinking on the run here. Okay, so we'll mount this one up because I know this one's going to go on. So we'll mount that up because this is our, we know that one. Who else is on? I've got Margaret, I've got 8 people on. Angie's joined us. Hi everyone, if I've missed you popping on, please forgive me. I appreciate everyone. If you can share for me, that would be great as well. Help me get out and about and seen. So we've got that one mount it up. What I thought I might do, and if you can see where I'm going here, actually do the same with this one. Actually make that a panel all by itself. So that means I'm going to have to get the cutter out again. Just bear with me. Definitely in uncharted territory here. So we want that one to be, that was, what was that? That was 2 5/8. So I'll cut this one to 2 5/8 as well. And I'll cut that one to, that piece to 2 5/8, 2 5/8, 2 6/8, 2 3/4. And mount that up as well. I could use a gorgeous grape or the coastal strip down the white ribbon. Yes, down that. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I could use the ribbon as well. I'm not a big ribbony person. I don't know if anyone's noticed that about the cards that I make. I don't tend to ribbon very often. That's just me. I've never been a ribbony child. I wasn't a ribbony child. But yeah, no, that would be right. That would be good. Okay, so we've got 2 panels there. So what I'm thinking is I'll put one there. That matches up with our one here. Oops. Yeah, that's cool. And then I will do the same thing or similar in here. So it's another panel. So I've got to make it a little bit smaller. Here we go. My measurements are slightly off because I'm trying to think on the fly. So I'm just going to take a small slither off this one, maybe 1/8 of an inch. An 1/8 of an inch at a time anyway. I'm not taking too much and ruining the day. So that one there. Will that fit in there nice and see a little bit of the gorgeous grape between? Yep, that works. And then our little piece of white, if I stamp that up again as well, what's that got to be? That's 2 3/4, so that's got to be, yep. I'll get my Stamparatus back. Where are you, Stamparatus? Come to me. Oh, there you are, all the way over there. Oh. Okay, so we've just got our white. We'll just get the 3 colours, as I say, a recap: Gorgeous Grape, Melon Mambo and Coastal Cabana. Just pop them there. Trying to be consistent here. It's a bit tricky when you've come back to something the second time. I'm going to be lucky to fit a pink one in the middle there. That could be interesting. Actually, I've had a second thought. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Just For You in there. And then I don't have to put a pink one in there. I can just put the pink peeking out there. And there. How's that? Sorry, evil laugh. That for you could probably be a little bit further over, but hey, and I'll come back to it next time. Okay, so making sure I've got nothing on me. Actually, oh, panel, put that on there. Oh, wrong one. Right here. Getting good at the, yeah, well, you know, life's pretty random, huh? Life's pretty random. I've actually got exciting fortnight coming up. My the place where I work had a couple of very short-term vacancies, fortnight only, 2 weeks only, for casuals to come and stuff some envelopes. This place that I work at, it's actually, they think it's actually cheaper to pay people to do that sort of thing than actually, you know, buy a machine. So anyway, they've got 2 weeks. They've got to get 3,000 letters printed and stuffed in envelopes and posted. And because both my boys have finished school, they had their interviews and they've both been given temporary contracts, which is really nice. So I'll go to work the next couple of weeks with my 2 boys, which is quite nice, and also saves me giving them some pocket money for a while. Pocket money. I don't suppose you get pocket money when you're in 20s, but anyway. So there's the front. So I've matched up the flowers there, and that one is going to fit snugly in there. Doesn't quite match the middle there, but with the gap it doesn't really matter, does it? Anyway, so I'll mount this up. Yeah, so I am looking forward to that. Trouble is I had to buy the youngest some work pants. He's never worked in an office before. So I think he's going to earn, I don't know, a few $100, maybe $1,000 for his fortnight's pay, which when you deliver pizzas is quite good money. And I had to go and spend like $200 or $300 getting him business pants and business shirts. So I thought, well, I suppose one of us is making a profit out of the fortnight, but it's probably not me. But that's good. It's good experience for them, I think. And I am very fortunate. They had to have that. They even got they got like interview practice out of as well, which is good for young people, I think, to get interview, you know, practice of the interview situation, so that when it comes time, they can actually, you know, it's not too scary for them. The one thing I'm going to have to do is know that they're there to do a job and not end up hanging around them the whole fortnight. That could be very uncool, having your mum hang around while you're trying to do your first job. Okay, so that's all together. That's quite cute. I'll put the tear and tape there to keep our gift card in place. I don't tear mine, I actually cut it. There we go. It's quite cute. I like that. So that would be for a birthday or a anniversary or a... Yes, Mum has to be invisible. Yeah, I have such a loud voice, they'll be able to hear me a mile off, I should think. Anyway, so that's that one there. So here's our gift card. It's a Solar Heart one where we've got our hot water, but it's empty. It's just been hanging around. And it fits nicely in there. And there we are. So that's my 3 little gift envelopes. I'm not going to call them envelopes, gift cards. there we are. So we've got that one. I think that one could do with something. What do you think, guys? Could the flower one do with something? I've got For You. Could it do with a sentiment on a piece of paper, or a sort of a tag or something there? What do you think about that one? But I love those colours. They're really nice. And that's, you know, something a little bit special to give a gift card in. So we've got our 2 Christmas ones and our all the year round one. Yeah, so they were done, just to recap, with the Snowflake Showcase suite of products. We've got the Snow is Glistening, which is the Christmas tree, and the stamps of the snowflakes and the curtain of snowflakes there. So that's mostly in soft sea foam. And we've got this one, which is Sahara Sand with the beautiful die cut snowflake there. So that's this one. And then for all year round, we've got this one, which is quite funky and fun, which is sort of with the happiness surrounds, which is also available. All of that is available till the 30th of November. So if you want to pop onto my website, which you can get to by following the links on my business page, you can order those, as I say, while stocks last till the 30th of November. So anyway, that's fine. Thanks for joining me. It wasn't too long. Thanks for everyone. If everyone could share my video, I'd really appreciate it. A note shared in the comments, and that'll help me get out and get seen. So, which is what we all want. So thank you guys for joining me. Catch you again. Have a lovely Sunday. Have a nice week, and we'll catch you during the week. Thanks a lot. Okay, bye guys.